I don't play World of Warcraft like everybody else does. I play it wrong on purpose. No chest piece, no shoulders, no helm, no problem.
Constriction. PlayerOneDad.
I'm PlayerOneDad, and this series is called The Misfits of Azeroth. Welcome to episode 2. I've been playing the game in ways that actually feels fun. With Frostpipe, I'm doing a classic series on taking the game slow with classic World of Warcraft. And here on Retail, we're discovering new decor treasures all over Azeroth using a variety of different play styles. So for Chadpunk, I wanted to create something a little bit edgier, a little bit controversial. You know, hence the name Chadpunk, right? He's a Chad and he's a punk. And he don't play by the rules. That's just how Chadpunk is.
Rules are for flower-picking humans.
I'm a casual gamer, Dad. But just because I'm casual doesn't mean I want the game to be easy. I want it to matter. I want it to be challenging. Simple, but challenging. Retail World of Warcraft is notorious for being made fun of the new player experience. And I don't blame them. It's confusing, it's convoluted, and nobody really knows where to go or what zone to be best leveling in or what time walking to be best leveling in. It's very confusing to people. And worst of all, there's no challenge in it. Like none whatsoever. The reason why I love classic World of Warcraft is because every level matters. Every level you are tested to some degree or another. There are enemies that are worse, that are better than you, and enemies that are worse than off than you. But the progression is in a way where I can move to the next step or move to the next zone and feel, not very powerful. But by the end of that zone, I'm kicking ass. Right? That's what feels good to me when I level. Leveling in retail is kind of a joke. I'm not going to lie. So that's why I really play the way I want to play. And that's why Chadpunk doesn't have any chest piece, doesn't have any shoulders, and doesn't have any helm. He is way too constricted in all of that. He's the type of orc, a fury warrior orc that goes out into battle shirtless and comes out with 100 kills. With retail, I had to do things a little bit differently because everything just feels like a target dummy. Taking the armor off turns enemies from target dummies into decisions.
And now they fight back.
So I started Chadpunk in Exile's Reach and even did it with my own rules. But it still felt too safe.
Soft.
If I was going to make my own rules, I needed the world that didn't protect me from them. So we went back in time to the most Chadpunk appropriate expansion, Warlords of Draenor.
Gromuk. I hate those bats.
Oh, did I mention? Chadpunk does not like flying. Now, Chadpunk's not afraid of anything. He just doesn't feel like losing his lunch every time he mounts up. But even he knew in this moment, flying to get to the Dark Portal was basically his only best option. And the moment we landed in Warlords of Draenor, everything changed.
Now this is my kind of fight.
Coming from somebody who never actually purchased Warlords of Draenor when it first came out, this first act absolutely blew my mind. I hadn't tried this expansion in the past simply because I heard it was bad by YouTubers. And yes, it did definitely have its problems. Garrisons felt too lonely and felt like capital cities were absolutely useless. So everybody was on their own little island. Didn't feel like an MMO. I get that. And the content drought for 9 months by Blizzard? Really? That's why people said it was one of the worst expansions before Shadowlands. And I get it, okay? But this leveling experience was what I was waiting for when I was a kid playing World of Warcraft, having played Warcraft 3. When I was a kid, it's not that I hated World of Warcraft. I absolutely loved it. But I did miss the voice acting, the storytelling, The way Blizzard told a story through the gaming medium was just so epic for its time. So when World of Warcraft came out, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get some of that. There's still bits and pieces, but nothing like when it came to Warlords of Draenor and even in later expansions of what they're doing now. So we were able to go through Exile's Reach and through the first act pretty handily with this new rule set of removing the armor. It was not a problem. So the first time that Chadpunk actually died, he didn't die from combat. He fell off a cliff.
Gravity's OP.
Shortly after Chadpunk recovered from his fall, he found an elite and thought to himself,
I could get that beast.
He put his armor on and got to work. And then died. Pretty much instantly. Turns out, even in retail, elites hit pretty damn hard. We also built a garrison, as you do in Warlords of Draenor, and it felt really fun. Felt like I was in Warcraft 3 all over again, building my very first base in Durotar with Thrall. I even picked up a housing decor, which I didn't expect and was really excited about. But honestly, I would have done it without it.
Worth it for the glory.
The Misfits of Azeroth isn't about nostalgia. It's about choosing how you play. The freedom of choice. If you make your own rules too, you're already one of us. We'll see you on the next one.